I'm going to make two things very, very clear. We're not privatizing the LCBO. We aren't selling the LCBO. We're not putting spirits into the retail stores, the big box stores. There's going to be a great LCBO store to contribute to the people of Ontario, and I'm just grateful for everything they do. And I also tell them this strike should have never, ever taken place, ever. We should have sat down.
Yeah.
Well, they're absolutely not. If they want to negotiate over RTD, the deal's off. I'm going to repeat that. That ship has sailed. I've told the employees that the deal is off. It represents a very small percentage of overall sales, and we're putting those into retail. We're putting them in LCBO and convenience stores. And you can't compare a cooler to a bottle of vodka or a bottle of whiskey. But when you go in and you're buying your wine or your bottle of liquor, the coolers are there, you're going to pick up a pack from the LCBO. You know, that's what an open marketplace looks like. Compete. You have the greatest stores I've ever seen. I've traveled all over the place. I'm confident with employees that work there. They're great people. Do you know what I heard from people? Three things. They want job security. They want to make sure they get an increase, and they want benefits. They aren't worried about this RTD. Again, RTD is off the table. Let me be very clear. It's done. It's gone. That ship has sailed. It's halfway across Lake Ontario, and it's done. But we're there to support you. Again, I'm going to make it very clear. We're not selling the LCBO. It's a great asset. The people rely on job security there. And the quicker we get back to the table, the quicker we're going to be able to move forward with those three issues: benefits, salaries, and job security. And I think the world of the frontline workers. And by the way, I got to compliment them. When they call, they are so polite and so nice. I think the world of them. This isn't about the frontline workers. This is about making sure they have their job security and benefits and wages. That's what I worry about, is the frontline workers, not about RTD that plays a very small percentage in overall sales.
Good morning, Premier.
Good morning.
Chris Glover with CBC News. I want to go back to the LCBO strike because today initially 5 stores were supposed to be opening for wholesalers, and Restaurants Canada has said they're becoming increasingly concerned about bars and restaurants, and their members are telling them they're not able to get the stock that they need amid this strike right now. So given the fact that those 5 stores aren't going to be open for bars and restaurants to go and for wholesalers, what's the new plan? What are you going to do instead, as bars and restaurants are saying that they might not be able to wait this out, they don't have enough reliable stock?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the bars and restaurants, and they know that we also gave them the opportunity to sell directly to the public, which has been very beneficial to the bars and restaurants. I want to thank them for their patience, and we will get through this. You can order online. Anyone in Ontario, by the way, can go online and order a wide range of alcoholic beverages, and within a couple days, a few days, they'll be able to get their delivery. But I want to thank them for their patience, and there's going to be more opportunities for restaurants and bars as we move forward on this.
I know you made clear earlier that you see the LCBO in the future. This is about modernizing it, not destroying it or eliminating it. But you mentioned also that the ready-to-serve drinks, for example, was a hill you were willing to die on, and something that if they couldn't agree to that, the deal was done, it was over, you mentioned earlier on in this press conference.
That's right.
So I guess the question is, at what point are you willing to say, LCBO, no more, this isn't working, and I'm going to cut and run?
No, I'm not going to cut and run on the people of Ontario or with the frontline workers. You know something? The workers I've talked to, and even the head of the union hasn't talked to as many workers as I have on the phone, because that's what I've heard. I've been on that phone non-stop with them. They want job security. They want benefits. They want wages. And the RTDs are still going to be sold at the LCBO. And they're still going to be the wholesaler of RTD. And LCBO will be still the largest liquor distributor in the entire world. And we're just offering the people of Ontario more choice, more convenience. And if they want to continue talking about RTDs, it's done. It's absolutely done. When they want to come back and talk about what their frontline workers want, the benefits, the salaries, and job security, it's right in the proposal that we gave them that the frontline workers haven't even seen. So I've been sending it over to the workers, and they're shocked when they look at it. And many have called me back and said, this is a good deal. Why aren't we back at the table? My message to the workers out there, ask your leadership of OPSEU to get back to the table immediately. We want to make a deal. I think the world of the frontline workers. Get back to the table. We didn't walk away from the table. OPSEU walked away from the table, didn't even look at the proposal, and the workers need to look at the proposal, and you make a decision if you think it's fair or not. Every person I've sent this to, they even call me back and they say, that's a pretty fair proposal. Can we tweak this, tweak that? I'm not the one at the table, the LCBO is. But if they pass that message to the OPSEU leadership, which in my opinion, totally misjudged this, we should have never went on strike in the first place. This is just a terrible, terrible strike, and they need to get back to the table to represent.
Hi, Premier. Laura Stone, Globe and Mail.
Hi, Laura.
Hey, so are we to take it that you're doing some kind of backdoor negotiations here about the deal and trying to convince? Well, I think you are. Didn't you just say that you're
I'm talking to them, but I tell them get back to the table. I don't negotiate, LCBO does, but I'll tell you what they tell me. It's benefits, job security, and making sure they get an increase. And when they don't even have the deal, I find it so ironic, or it actually is mind-boggling. The more and more people I talk to, I'm thinking, they've never seen the deal. I can't believe it. Go online, and I've asked them, when I sent them the deal, I've asked the frontline workers, send it to all your workers, because obviously you haven't seen it. Go on the LCBO website, if you haven't seen the deal, pull it up. And if you think it's fair, then tell your OPSEU leadership. One person mentioned, it's amazing how I can call the Premier and he gets back to me in a minute and a half, but I call my own team and they don't get back to me. Something's broken here.
So you said earlier you're confident a deal can get done, but it seems like you're so far apart now, and this ready-to-drink issue is really the one that the union brings up, and they tie it directly to job security. They say we need guarantees no one's losing their job over this expansion. So how long are you willing to let this go on? Well,
number one issue, again, is job security with these folks. 9% of the overall sales is ready to drink. They're still going to maintain a massive amount of that. When people come into an LCBO store, they have a beautiful footprint, and they have great employees. They greet them, they treat them well. It's like any other business. You compete. When you walk in the LCBO store, you're treated well, like I know they are, people will come back, repeat customers. But again, that's such a small issue. Even when I talk to the workers, it's not that issue. The issue is the three that I mentioned over and over again. They do not want to be on strike. I've heard it over and over again. They want to go back to work. We aren't that far apart. You know, you take off the RTD, which is next to nothing, take off the RTD and talk about what they want, the workers.